Video is brought to you by SUSOIX. SUSOIX, the innovators of spikeboarding, stand-up spike, and the creators of the original skateboard spike. SUSOIX, become the motor.
Hello folks, and welcome to a SUSOIX Nordic ski video. Today we're going to go over a few things and then let the video roll. What you're looking at is an athlete named Dan Bowen. This is Dan Bowen's fourth day of being on Nordic roller skis, and it is the very first day he's gone up any sort of elevation whatsoever on Nordic roller skis with double poling. So if you see him a little jittery or just a little uneasy on the skis, just imagine he's got a total boot time inclusive of this of well under 4 hours. So there's his little misstep, and I don't think you'll see another one in the entire rest of the video. You're going to see a very well developed athlete lock and load on the double poling stroke and summit Storm King Mountain. This is Orange County, New York, and it is summer of 16 in August. And Dan is on Pursuit roller skate skis that are from rollerskishop.com. And a nice shout out to the good folks at rollerskishop.com for helping us out with these very fine skis. And we're rolling on the grade 2 roller ski wheel from the same company. Also, we'd like to give a shout out to Bfold, www.bfold.com, retailers of just about every folding bicycle you can imagine. And we are indeed using a folding bike called a Zooter for the making of this video, and that's as well provided to us by bfold.com. If you're in New York, check them out. They can help you. If you're just visiting New York, you should definitely stop in on East 13th Street and visit Peter and David, and you will be treated to a very fun visit of a very small shop that only deals with folding bicycles. And Mr. Dan Bowen is a Nordic athlete, and he's been participating for the previous 150 days with a sport called spikeboarding. And in particular, he's been dedicating a great deal of time to the stand-up spike stroke from the moment he began up until now. And he is no stranger to going up Storm King Mountain because he's done it quite a few times in stand-up spike before. So he is very accustomed to knowing every twist and turn, but also as well he's accustomed to feeling the first initial impact of the load that such an effort is going to bring upon his body. Also, he's been accustomed quite a bit to the injection of the carbide into the pavement. And of course, just the cadence and the rhythm are very familiar to him since he has been practicing a stand-up spike stroke in spikeboarding. So his upper body is falling down upon his poles, very similar to the way he would be falling down upon his skateboard spike during stand-up spike. And without his 9 months of development in stand-up spike, I venture to say that there would be no way he would have arrived for his very first climbing session and to have had it been Storm King Mountain. So right now we're on a little road called Boulevard, just winding our way up. The grade's about to pick up. It's picking up now to from about 3 to 4%, and Dan keeps digging in here, and he told us that he didn't feel so great until after the first really significant 10-12% grade that's going to come in about a mile and 3/4 or so. When he takes a left onto Deer Hill, there's going to be a very significant little mound, and it only gets longer and a little bit steeper toward the top. There's going to be a small section of descent where Dan's going to be assisted by a lean onto the camera bicycle. We will fast forward through that section so you don't have to watch it. And of course, even if you were the most expert of roller skiers, you would probably not be able to bomb this particular section unless you were very, how should we say, brave. It's a little bit of a right-hand turn and a slightly blind oncoming situation, so any prudent skier might take it upon themselves to carve off some speed or hit the grass or maybe even walk. But if you had a cycle, just to be casual, lean on it would be not that big a deal. But as you can see, Dan's arms are staying at a 90-degree position and driving the lats from the back and of course the core very well. And that would be a very similar arm position that he would be using in a stand-up spike stroke. Below in the notes, you'll be able to see 2 previous ascents that this athlete has made. One of them up High Point, New Jersey, which is the highest point in New Jersey. It's about a 5-mile summit, and he did it under 50 minutes. And then he's actually got a King of Mountain title in Dutchess County, up a road called Old Quaker Hill Road, near his old alma mater at Trinity Pauling High School. And he summited that in right around 40 plus minutes or so in stand-up spike. And all of that, of course, developed him exceedingly well for this double pole uphill that you're watching now. We're still continuing along Boulevard, and the Boulevard begins to jump up to about 6, 7, 8%. It's getting a little steeper now, and Dan's digging right in, showing a good compression for climbing. I suppose he could go a little deeper, and some might go a little deeper in the compression. You see absolutely no hesitation in the cadence stroke, and obviously his core and his development is all right there to begin to do this. Also, Dan's an athlete who had never really imagined himself being on Nordic skis before, and by way of a very casual introduction of spikeboarding, has made it to where you see him right now. And of course, the sport of spikeboarding has 2 strokes. One incorporates the upper body and the other does not. And you can see quite a bit more, of course, if you just go to SpikeBoarding.com. You will see that. But sit back, watch, folks, and see how this this complete and total newbie athlete to cross-country skiing continues forward to set a pretty nice time up Storm King Mountain in double pole. And we'll jump back on and give a little more commentary at the top. So up comes the music a little bit, and watch Dan Bowen have a little tasty delight all the way to the top and eat the top right off this little mountain 50 miles north of New York City. Ski hard, ski often, and become the motor. We recreate, we commute. That's what we try to teach and remember over here at SUSOIX. Enjoy, folks. Here we are coming up the boulevard, and it's our left-hand turn onto Deer Hill Road, and right here the going's going to get a little tough here. This is what we'd consider a wall. I suppose it's about 100 plus feet in distance up. It's pretty steep. It's a good easy 10% grade, no problem, maybe 11%. It's pretty darn steep, and Dan's making short work of it, and certainly exhibiting quite a bit of Nordic power development that came to him from stand-up spike. Without stand-up spike, I don't think he would have been doing this on day one. As we nudge straight over the top of this little nugget's going to be right there, and up we go. This is the first real significant climb that happens going up Storm King, and as soon as he gets past this, it's going to go slightly up, then downhill, and then we'll get back to a little more work. So here comes the right-hand turn, and up he popped right there with his double pull. This is an athlete that is using all of this cross-train development for his climbing. This is a very good climber, 5'11", sport climber, climbs out of the Long Island City Cliffs, and also in New York City, and also is a lifelong hockey player. So he's using all this strength and conditioning, taking it back to his hockey game. And as you can see, his form's holding together rather nicely, and up he goes. So we'll see you again towards a little more of the difficult section when we get there. Hey folks, we're back for a little more commentary. This is a rather interesting point in the climb. We're going to swivel around here. When you see this little house over on your right and Dan's left, it's a old little Tudor house right there, English style. It gets really steep here. This is one of the steeper sections, incredibly steep, well over 12%. And this is where there's not much left to the top. It's going to plateau here, then there'll be another descent, and then just a little more that happens up to Storm King School. But more or less, when you can get this last little S-turn here, you're pretty much assured that you're going to make it, because you are going to have a nice little rest. There's a couple fire hydrants that you need to pass. As soon as you pass the second one, you're absolutely there. There's the first one. As we head on up, Dan is digging in nice, hanging into his straps. He could have a little more compression right now. Could probably help him. But hey, for his first time ever climbing anything whatsoever in double pole, I'd say it's not too bad whatsoever. So those hands are staying nice close to his shoulders. He's not reaching out too far at all, and really able to leverage from the arm and into the lat and the core very well. And marching on up Storm King Mountain, probably one of the first men to double pole this mountain in roller ski. Don't see too many roller skiers. I've never seen a roller skier up here ever before. Bear Mountain is rather close to here. It's about 10 miles south, and I know some skiers who have been up on that mountain, and that one isn't quite as steep as this one, but it is a little longer. It's more of a corkscrew summit on that particular climb. And we're going to see a fire hydrant here on our right, and that's when we know we will have gotten very close to this last little top here. And Dan's keeping the cadence up very, very well, carrying his speed super nicely, double poling up, 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 no problem at all. There was the fire hydrant, there's the summit, and now we're gonna grab onto the bicycle and fast forward down to the next climbing section. Congratulations, nice big smile on Dan's face, because he knows he's got this one just about all wrapped up. And of course, it's only his 4th day on roller skis, so just trying to keep it safe. Then on he goes to the bike. So we'll fast forward here and head on to the next little section that leads to the school. And having successfully completed that little descent, notice how expansion contraction in winters really break up these roads. They're not terribly bad, but for only being on roller skis 4 times, it's probably just a little unnerving. So what's going to happen here is a very, very short but extremely steep section. So steep, in fact, that it does set up a tricky situation for the cycle to maintain a straight line and keep a slow enough speed for our athlete you're going to see. And there's Mountain Road. If you went straight down Mountain Road on your right, that would make it straight down to the bottom. Perhaps one day Dan will double pole Mountain Road and really give us quite a spectacle. That would be a heck of a lot of fun. But as it is, here he comes. There's a little sign to Storm King School, and up he goes. Now he absolutely knows he's making it to the top of this summit, and he's inspired, as you can see, giving it a little more toward the line, and bang, 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 and bang, and we can see how well indeed 9 months of stand-up spike and the sport of spikeboarding have helped this athlete quite a bit with all of his upper body Nordic development in Nordic roller ski. Congratulations, Dan. Up he goes past that fire hydrant, and he knows it's there. So we'll swivel around here, And then Dan will give us a final salute. Thanks for watching so much, folks, and we'll see you at the next one.
This video is brought to you by SUSOIX. SUSOIX, the innovators of spikeboarding, stand-up spike, and the creators of the original skateboard spike. SUSOIX, become the motor.